You love it when I get so high and drop that ass so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that ass so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that ass so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that ass so low.
Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is China. If you are new and if you're not, thank you so much for coming back. So I just got back from eating lunch with my girlfriend, and I was like, I want to do a sit down video. I was going to like go somewhere just so I can get out of the house for a little bit by myself, and I was like, you know, I got a hookah at home, I got wine at home, I might as well make a video. So I'm in my downstairs living room. Never made a video in here, but let's just get into it. So I lit me a hookah up. Okay, and I feel like I'm too business. I have on my business attire, so I feel like I need to probably take this off because your girl wants some hookah. Basically, I wanted to do a sit down video of me, a story time when I was dating. And what I mean by dating, we was not actually like boyfriend and girlfriend dating, but me dating the time that I was dating a football player. So the time that I dated a football player, I don't really want to say his name, but it's a famous football player. And I said something about him before of me dating him for a couple of years, but of course we were dating. And what I mean by dating is I was dating, he was dating other people, so that's what I mean by like dating. So I just kind of want to like go through that because I want to do more story times, and I know y'all always ask me for story times, but sometimes I'll be too embarrassed to like, I guess too embarrassed to like just say stuff that happened in my past because I'm beyond it. But so yeah, if you guys like this type of videos, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe because I love y'all. Okay, I literally talk to y'all all the time. I love y'all. Anyway, let's jump right into this. So basically, I'll say which team. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna say which team. But basically, I was at a nightclub called Compound, Atlanta. This was years ago, and I was at a club called Compound. And I had parked far away from the club to walk because there was no parking. And I was walking across the street, and it was this Lambo that was it a Lambo? I think it was I don't remember if it was a Lambo or something like that. So he was looking at me, whatever. I'm walking across the street, had on heels. Of course, I was cute. And I was walking towards the line. I was going with a girlfriend. And I believe we were going with, like, one of my guy friends. He had a section, like always. And he sent someone over to come get me because we was in the VIP line. And he sent a guy over to come get me. You know, when you are like a celebrity, they don't really like to just initiate stuff or say something. They just see what they want and they send somebody to go get it. So basically, the guy came and got me, and he was like, my guy friend wants to talk to you. He's seeing you when you were walking across the street. Of course, I knew who he was talking about because I seen how hard he was looking, and also like I just knew who he was talking to. And he was like, he wants to talk to you, so come on over here. He was like, he got a section, he got everything is gonna be taken care of. So me and my girlfriend, we went over there to go sit with them. So he introduced me, and he was like, this is the one who wanted you to come over there. We didn't stand in no line. We walked straight in. The guy, it was like they knew who the guy was, so we walked straight in. So Was it? I believe it was when Boosie got out of jail. I believe it was. And Boosie was in the section right next to us. So when I tell you they were popping so many bottles, and he was more of the low-key one. Like he don't have on none of that jewelry stuff. He was like so low-key. So he was talking to me the whole time. He didn't care about nothing in the club. He was talking to me the whole entire time. And he was just like, I would like to take you out, whatever. Everything was VIP treatment, of course. That's all your girl like anyway. So he was like, I would like to take you out, whatever, take my number down. So basically I gave him my number. He called me the next day and he was like, I want you to come stop by and see me. You don't have to do nothing crazy. He was like, me and a couple of my guy friends. He was like, you could bring your girlfriends if you want to, if that makes you feel better. So, of course, I was like younger. Okay, I wasn't even in my 30s yet. So, I was younger. And I was like, okay. So, my sister was down here visiting. And my friend, my girlfriend, she was still up here. So, I was like, we got to go see. He's a football player. You know, we just going to go up to his hotel and just see him, whatever. Like, he has friends. So, maybe y'all can start talking to his friends. So, he's staying at the Intercontinental in Buckhead, Georgia. And they've never experienced anything like that either. So they were just like, oh my God, when we got there, y'all, it was, first of all, when we got there, the people brought us up to him. He was in the penthouse suite. When I tell you this room it was like a full house, okay? It was huge at the hotel. And when I came, he had him and his friends, and some of his friends was like professional football players as well. They all played on the same team. So, we're all just kicking it, talking. He's just talking to me, and one of my girlfriends was so rude to like the other guys, and I was embarrassed because I'm like, you are a woman at the end of the day, and you're playing so tough, and I just feel like you never know, this guy could change your whole situation. It's literally like 10 guys up in here, and half of them are other football players. So it was just like she was playing so tough. She was getting smart with them. So they didn't too much like that she was there. So he was just like, okay, well, I'll just take you somewhere another day that me and you can hang out with. I was so frustrated because I'm just like, girl, I just feel like, you know, like, girl, you don't know how to act. And it's we not trying to treat them like celebrities or anything, but girl, you don't know how to act. So basically, as I was walking out the door, he passed me a wad of money. It was all hundreds. It was $900. I did not ask him for it. I did not expect him to give me the $900, but he was telling me like, I'll take care of gas. I'll take care of everything. He said, just come and see me. He was like, all you got to literally do is just come see me. So, after we came, he had the same guy that got me from outside the club. He had him walk us down to my car. After that, every time I would see him, he was giving me $2,000 every time to see him. So he flew me. First of all, he would come here often, whatever. And we was always staying at like the best hotels, it was always penthouse suites. And it would just be me and him. And he was always just so laid back, so quiet, didn't talk much. So I remember one time he flew me to, I don't remember if it was Minnesota, but he flew me out there and he had bought a house out there. So when I came, the house was immaculate. It was huge. It was on a golf course. It was huge. And in the garage, first of all, he had a driver come get me in like I don't even remember what car. I think it was a Bentley. It was something. He had a driver come get me in a Bentley from the airport. when we pulled up, I went through the garage. When he opened up the garage, it was a Range Rover. He had like, I don't remember, it was a 4-car garage. He had like a Range Rover in there, a Maybach, and a Lambo in there. So I'm all like, you know, I'm all excited. First of all, I'm not going to say I never dealt with guys with money, but it was just like not to that extent. So when we walk in, all I see is like Chanel bags. Like at the, you know, where they have like the thing that you walk in, through the garage, and you take your shoes off, like a mud room. So it was a mud room, and it was nothing but like Chanel bags sitting there. And they were small, so you could tell they were for his daughter, because he had 2 kids, I believe, at the time. So you could tell that it was his daughter's. So we stayed in the basement the whole time, because he had basically a whole living in the basement. It was a movie theater down there. It was a bar. It was a kitchen. It was like 3 bedrooms down there. Like, when I tell you, it was huge. And we watched the movie in a movie theater room. And then I think it was around the time it was snowing. Then we left his house that he had just bought. He had just sold on it. We left there and went to his other friend's house, which is another famous football player. They were playing football. They were talking, smoking, drinking. And I was just down there, sitting down there. It was other girls there as well. So I was just sitting down there, whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, like, he got money. Like, that's all I just kept thinking to myself. Like, oh my God, he got money. First of all, he gave me $2,000 just to come. And everything is just always VIP. Everywhere we went, it was just like first class everything. And then we left from his guy friend football player's house. And no, it was a G-Wagon. We left from there. We got in his car. We went to a hookah lounge. Was smoking hookah. Went back to his place, you know, did whatever. And then he flew me back home. My thing was, every time I would meet up with him, I was meeting up with him for a day. So basically, he was giving me $2,000 for a day. And my thing is, I don't care how nobody feel about me. First of all, I was young. And second of all, we are grown. And I feel like if I'm going to be sharing my time with anybody, I'm not trying to be with him. He's not trying to be with me. I'm just fun. And he know that time is money. And he know that, okay, I'm asking this girl to come out, spend time with me. I'm going to pay for her time. I don't care about if somebody, because I made a video similar to this, and people were in the comments like, oh, so basically you were a prostitute or something, whatever people were saying. Never been a prostitute. Never had to be a prostitute. So I just find that funny that people were just like, in my comments when I talked about a video. And that's why I feel like I don't like to make these type of videos, because people judge you so much on like stuff that you did in your past. People judge you so much. But anyway, so after we left from there, we stayed the night. It was snowing. He went to his football practice while I stayed back at his house. I started roaming around. I'm like, y'all, he was buying his daughter that was like 5 Chanel bags. What do a 5-year-old need with a Chanel bag? So this was happening for a couple of years. And another time he came to Atlanta, and we got like a really nice hotel again, went to go eat, stuff like that. So it was one time that he flew me out, and I paid my babysitter, and I think I was like broke as hell. Like, I didn't even have no money. I paid the babysitter with my money, and I flew out to, I forgot where I flew out to. I don't want to say, because I don't want nobody knowing who it is. But I flew out, and he stayed with me at the hotel, whatever. We messed around, and then he was telling me, I'll be back tonight or tomorrow to get you to the airport and all of that. He did not give me the money that he usually give me yet. He didn't give me nothing yet. So I'm already upset because I'm like, okay, usually he pay me before I even leave, because you got to pay me before I even leave. I got to pay for babysitter. I got to pay for all kinds of stuff. You're going to pay me before I leave. So this time, I trust him so much because we do this all the time. He look out for me all the time, whatever. I didn't have no money, y'all. So I paid the babysitter with my money that I had. And we get to the hotel, whatever, do whatever. And then when it was like, I'm leaving because I got football practice, but I'll come right back, or I'll come back like early in the morning, like 4 a.m. because he had a wife at home. Don't you judge me, okay? Because like I said, his wife knew. She knew what type of man that she married. So she been knew. And he didn't care. And I didn't, in my mind, when I was younger, I'm like, I know that he got a wife. At first I didn't know. But I'm like, when I start seeing, when I told you I roamed around his house, I'm like, I'm putting stuff 2 and 2 together. And I'm like, oh, this nigga is married. You got a whole house, closet filled with a girl stuff, with a daughter's room with Chanel bags. Oh, you know. Y'all, he probably had cameras and everything. I was taking pictures in his mirror to where you could see the whole background. And I was like, oh my God. What if he got cameras in his house? So, he ended up not coming back to the hotel. I had no way to get, that was AT&T knocking on the door trying to get people. I already got AT&T, okay. So, where was I at? So he didn't come back to the hotel. I'm pissed, y'all, because I'm like, I don't have no way back. How am I supposed to get to the airport and get home from the airport? And I just gave my sitter my last money. I called his phone a couple of times. He was not answering. Y'all, I was livid. I was so upset. And that was around the time I was not good with money. So I was so upset, and I'm like, I would never do this shit again. And I think I was a stripper at the time. So it was just like, girl, like, my thing is, I have so many story times. I don't want nobody trying to play me, okay? So anyway, he didn't answer the phone. He didn't get my money. He didn't send my money. He didn't do nothing. I was livid. So I had to have another guy send me some money so I can get back to the airport, because my flight, he always made sure my flight was all A1, everything. Of course, I ain't tell him what it was for. He sent me the money. I got back to Atlanta. So months later, like, he was not texting me back. He was not doing nothing. Months later, he reached out to me. He was like, I really apologize for what happened. I want to see you again, and I promise I will never do this again. In my mind, I'm like, he always pay me at the least $2,000. So I'm like, I'm going. Anytime he would call, he didn't have to say, he never called my phone, but he would text me. Anytime he texted me, I knew it's time to pack my shit. It's time to go. And I'm going to get a sitter because I'm going. So, he reached out to me. He was like, I apologize for that. My wife got upset because she found out that I was with you. So, but I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, you could at least call me any kind of way, text me. You could have sent me my damn money. So whatever, I got back home. I went back to see him again, another city. So basically, another state. Basically, anywhere that he was at, he would fly me to him to spend just that day. And I would go back home. So after that, whatever, he ended up paying me like $2,500 that time, the next time that I seen him months later, and apologized and all of that. And I was just like, okay, I forgive him, because at the end of the day, like I said, I was in my 20s. I was just having fun. I was not in a relationship yet. I was having fun, and every time that I would go hang out with him, like, he would come to Atlanta, every time it was like nothing but VIP treatment. And I never had to come out of my pocket. He was always paying for my time. And like I said before, I don't like to make these type of videos because I don't want nobody judging me or saying, oh, well, you were a prostitute or you were something like that. You know how people are. First of all, I never had to do that. Never had to be that. Okay. It was fun. Who don't have fun? Who, like, maybe your life is a little bit different than mine, but I was a dancer at the time. Never left to go mess around, sleep around with anybody at no club or none of that. Anyway, so I ended up finding out. Anyway, after that, we were back to normal. And then it was another time he did that to me yet again, but he was actually in Atlanta and did it. So I started looking up his name, looking for his wife. Cause I said, oh, you're not about to keep on trying to play me. So I looked up his wife. I was like, I will write her. I will literally, like, I will write your damn wife, even though she know that he's the type of, come on now. She know that he's that type of man. So I was so livid because it was just like, stop trying to play with me. You know that we have this going on. I got pictures of me in your brand new house that you bought for you and your family. Baby, TMZ, whoever, I would tell on your ass, send me my money and then don't reach out to me no more because stop trying me like that. So anyway, that was that. I guess I just want to make this a 2-part video because why not? So I guess I want to talk about the time that I dated a famous actor. So basically I met this famous actor when I was working at a cigar lounge. So this was around the time that I stopped dancing and I became a bartender. So I met this famous actress at the bar. He would come in the bar. He was quiet. He would read his books. He would always tip me great. He didn't come in often, but he came in probably 3 times. He would just be sitting there reading his books. And he was like, yeah, I would like to take you out. He was like, I've seen you. I've watched you the couple of times that I've been in here. And I can see myself with you. Like, I really like you. So I gave him my number. He called me and he was like, let's go to Houston's to eat. So I went, and when I went, he picked me up. I didn't allow him, nobody ever been over my house, so I didn't allow him to pick me up from my house or anything, but I parked my car and he picked me up in a Range Rover. And as soon as we pulled up at Houston's, he valeted. They were all like, kept asking him for his autograph, all of that. And I'm like, you know, it was, you know, I don't know. It was, I mean, it was fine. But I'm just like, so we ordered everything when we went to Houston's. And everything with him was just always VIP. So we went to Houston's. They were asking him for his autograph, whatever. He ordered so much stuff, and people were coming up to the table like, can I take a picture with you? I was always trying to be out of the way because, you know, I didn't want him to, I don't know, like, that was the first time I ever had a creme brulee. I love creme brulee. He ordered it for me. So then we would meet up at Cigar Lounge. Everything same. And then he took me shopping. He bought me my first Louis Vuitton bag, Speedy bag. That bag that I had, he bought it for me. He bought me some red bottoms. We went to Lenox Mall and he bought it for me. And that was the first time I've ever experienced like someone taking me on like shopping, buying me something that cost that much. Like not just passing me the money, but paying for that. Also was paying for my babysitters, was giving me spending money. Like he was just, and then I started telling him I want a G-Wagon. So I'm like, I want a G-Wagon. I'm seeing you doing all of this. Every time we go places, people ask you for your autograph. It's like I want to tell y'all who the people is. but I don't want to do that to them, or you know. So but he bought me my Louis Vuitton bag. He would give me like $900 for spending money. And then he took me to Foco de Chao. I believe that's how you call it. That was my first time ever experiencing that. Like, that's the restaurant that that was the restaurant that they bring the food out to you. And basically you have like a red light, green light thing. So we would have it on green, and they would just come in with different lamb chops, steaks, whatever, chicken, all different kind. They would just come. Whatever you wanted, they were coming. And then you put red when you want them to stop coming. He's never asked me to sleep around with me or nothing. So I'm not understanding why he don't want you buying me stuff, you giving me money. Like, what is it? So I felt like I had to, like, okay, maybe he's nervous. Maybe he don't want to, like, ask me to do those type of things because he don't know how. So here I am, not wearing any underwear, and I'm steady in this car with him, trying to, you know, show him peekaboo. Like, what is going on? Like, you doing all of this for me, and me at the time not knowing. I was younger. It was around that same time, so I was younger. I'm not understanding that you don't have to do that for every man to, y'all heard the thunder. You don't have to do that for every man to do stuff for you. So I'm over there trying to make him look. I grabbed his hand, made him touch me. And he's still not like, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, why wouldn't you want to touch me? And so whatever, he dropped me back off. We went to Lenox Mall a whole nother time. And his conversation, it was really just like he was a grown man. Like, honestly, I've never experienced a grown man until I started dealing with him. Everything was just, he called me princess. I was his little princess, and all he wanted to do was buy me things, buy me nice things, give me money. He wanted to make sure that I looked nice when I walked outside, and he just cared about my well-being. And it's like now, like, he's still on the TV screens. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? So I look him up, see that he's definitely married. He was definitely married, and he got a lot of kids. And he told me too, he was telling me that he wanted to have a baby with me, y'all. He was much older, and he was like, I want to have a baby with you. And I'm like, in my mind, I think I only had one child at the time. Or did I have two? I don't remember. But I'm like, I never been to this place before. Never anything. Every time we met up, it was just at a fancy restaurant. And it was like he was giving me allowance. And that's when I moved to Atlanta, to be honest, that's when I first started experiencing stuff as like men giving allowance and buying you nice things, because where I'm from, that it just wasn't happening. So when I moved to Georgia, it was like men just want to do for you. And after he did all of that, it's like he just stopped talking to me out of nowhere. We never slept around or anything, and he just stopped talking to me. And I was just like, how can I, in my mind, I'm like, how can I mess this up? How can I mess this up when all I could think about was, what am I doing wrong? What did I do wrong? Maybe, I'm like, maybe, is it because of, I was trying to, and I only did that once, me trying to like give him, you know, I'm like, what do you want? Are you too afraid? Do I need to take the initiative? But it was just like, to be honest, like I said, that was the first time I've ever experienced a grown man that just want to pay for your time, that want to be around a beautiful woman, and just that. We never stayed at a hotel. I never met up with him at a house, never, none of that. It was like we was meeting up once or twice a week, and he was doing stuff for me once or twice a week. It was like I didn't even have to work, because of, he's covering my bills, he's covering stuff, he's taking me to nice restaurants. And then, like I said, it's like now I still see him on the movie screen, and it's just like, In my mind, I'm like, how can I mess this up? How did I mess this up? Like, what did I do to mess this up? But yeah, these are stories that happened years ago, like years ago. And I have a lot more stories to come if I decide to. But it makes me feel like, why do us as women settle for less? Because there are people that are willing to give you money for your time, for just because you're a woman, and they love to see you being soft. And there are men that's out there that want that. And it's like, why do us women, including me, settle for less when we don't have to? So me thinking about that now that like I am single, and I feel like now there's no way I'm settling for less ever, because I can be by myself. I like to be spoiled. There's nothing, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. My thing is, you like what you like, I like what I like. I like for a man to protect and provide, and that's the only way that I feel like I'm ever going to jump in another relationship, because of I've been through so much, and you guys have seen maybe a glimpse, the tiniest glimpse of what I've been through. But I have been through a lot, and I just feel like, why do I have to settle? Like, we are women, we are supposed to be, I want to be in my feminine energy. I want to be soft. I want to be soft. And it's hard for us women to be soft at times when we have no choice but to be tough. We have no choice but to provide and protect for a household, when it shouldn't be that way. And my thing is, I know that I'm gonna get a lot of comments, probably, like, people, because people don't understand. And it's like, you live your life, I live my life. This is the life that I chose to live. And guess what? Ain't no tricking over here. It ain't no me doing the most for money. Ain't none of that, because I don't have to do it. Like, and I had to realize that for myself. Like, girl, what is you doing? You don't have to settle for the bare minimum. And I'm not settling for the bare minimum ever, because I know what type of lifestyle that I want to live. I want to live in those houses that them two men live in. I want those things. And I don't want their life, but I want those things for myself and for my children, because I feel like we deserve that. So it's like, I'm not settling for less. I can be by myself. I'm fine by myself. Me being able to be at home right now by myself and relax and sit here, smoke on my hookah, drink some wine, my candles is lit. Like, this is a life that I dreamed of. And it's 2023. I'm not settling for nothing. I'm not settling for the bare minimum ever, because my thing is, I can buy myself those things now. Before, I cannot buy myself the speedy bag that he bought me. I couldn't buy myself that type of stuff before. I couldn't buy myself red bottoms before. I couldn't buy myself or fly myself out first class, the things that they were doing for me. Now that I can, and it's like, I'm not settling for less, because I can do those things on my own. So why would I settle for somebody that cannot do those things? You might as well stay in your budget. Deal with a woman that don't want all those things, and you'll be fine. But me, baby. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much. Y'all know I talk a lot. And I just wanted to do that sit down video. I love sit down videos. Those are like my favorite. And I feel like I'm going to do more. I don't know if I'm going to do more story times or not. But yeah, we're not settling for less. Like, okay, when me and my daughter went out to eat last week, it was a girl there, and she had a bonnet on her head. I'm trying to hurry up because my camera is dying, but she had a bonnet on her head, okay? And me, I don't judge anybody. I don't even pay attention to what anybody else got going on. But it's like they were super loud, and it was the hibachi thing, so I had no choice but to sit next to them. And then I'm sitting next to them. Her boyfriend is ordering sushi. He's ordering everything. She got a bonnet on her head. He's sitting there looking like he got a fresh haircut, all of these things. And it's like, okay, he's ordering the most, lobster, whatever. And then the check come, she pulls out her wallet, she pays it. And then I hear him say, baby, can I drive your car today? It frustrates me, because I feel like us as women, we have to, come on, it's time. There's no way you should be at a restaurant with a bonnet on your head, first of all. And there's no way that you should be covering a bill, and there's no way you should be driving your car. And he want to hold her hand when they walk out of there, and it's just like, I know that she felt some kind of way, because he probably do this all the time, and you could kind of tell what's, you know, sometimes you can kind of tell. It just makes me feel bad. And my thing is, I've been there before. Like, I've been there to where I've had to pay a bill before. That shit
when
don't
I get
feel
so high and drop that ass so low, make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that ass so low, make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that ass so low, make you sit right here. Now you can't go